All right. Good morning, everyone. I am solo here, but I have the amazing and talented Jared, so I don't feel so lonely. So thank you, Jared, for showing up. Um, welcome, everyone. In the interest of time, we're going to get this meeting started. I will rely on Jared's watchful eye to tell me if we have, in fact, quorum.
We do.
Fantastic. All right. So we have a quorum, so we can move some business along. I will call this meeting to order. It is 9:30 on the dot and some 58 seconds. The quorum has been established. And so we'll just kind of go around the virtual room and introduce ourselves. I am Diana Rumsey, your chair, and I am here for the Independence Center. We also have, and I'm just going to kind of go down the list. We have Angie. Angie, would you like to introduce yourself this morning?
Hi, my name is Angie Hopkins. I'm with Roundup Fellowship. We do adult day program both in Colorado Springs and Denver.
Fantastic. Welcome. Daryl.
Yeah, I'm Daryl Holtlander with Good Wheels of Colorado Springs.
Welcome.
Hey,
Diana.
can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can. Absolutely. Dick, would you like to go next? Dick, would you like to go next and introduce yourself?
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can't hear anybody. That's the problem.
Ah, okay. That's a trick. Okay. Well, we will get back to you momentarily, then we'll see if we can figure that out on our end. Diana, I will let you go next then.
Diana Van Auken, Teller Senior Coalition.
Eric.
Hi, this is actually Sagan Faulkner over at Invita. I'm using Eric's account this morning.
Well, welcome, Sig. It's nice to have you. Kristen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen with Goodwill. I'm more on the business development side. Thanks.
Fantastic. Lynette.
I'm Lynette Johnson, and I'm with Roundup Fellowship.
Welcome. Jacob. Jacob, would you like to introduce yourself? Okay, we'll come back to Jacob. Paul.
Well, this is Paul from the Independence Center.
Welcome. Oh, I see another button for Jacob. Jacob, would you like to introduce yourself?
So I think he jumped out and is going to try to jump back in, it looks like.
Fantastic. All right. And then we also have Dick on the line, but he's having some technical difficulties. He's leaving and coming back. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Well, as people trickle back on, we can always circle back around. All right. So then next order of business is the agenda approval for today. Oh, there's Dick. Can you hear us now, Dick? Maybe not. Okay.
Doesn't look like it. I popped in 2 different instructions. So we'll see if he can get one of those to work.
All right. So I'm just looking then for a motion to approve the agenda as it currently stands. Do I have a motion to approve today's agenda?
Kristen Amundsen, motion to approve.
Thank you, Kristen. And do I have a second?
Diana Van Auken, second that motion.
Thank you. All right. So I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as it currently stands. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Wonderful. Any opposed? All right, seeing nor hearing any opposition, we will move to approve the agenda as it currently stands. All right, so then the next order is the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve? This would be last month's minutes for the July 25th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve last meeting's minutes?
Kristen Amundsen, motion to approve.
Thank you, Kristen. And do I have a second?
Dick Hyde seconds it.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, we're back.
Dick,
Yay, Dick. Fantastic. And Dick, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. As you can see, it's times I can be technological challenged, but thank you, everybody. Dick Hyde, Community Intersections, and I am a member.
Fantastic. Welcome. Good morning. All right. So then I have a motion and a second on the approval of the minutes for the July meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Neither seeing nor hearing any opposition to the approval of the minutes for the July meeting. Those minutes are then moved and approved. All right. Moving along to public comments and presentations. I don't think we have any. Do we have any?
So we don't have any presentations. I will just ask on the public comment part, if anyone who is not a member of the MCC would like to make a public comment, please use the raise hand function. While we are doing that, we did not receive any advance requests for public comment, and I don't see any hands raised online, so I think we're good to proceed.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And I don't believe we have any action items for today. Okay. We are just moving right along. We do have some membership appointments. Daryl, you have been, we've gotten, there we go, action requested to add you to the committee. So first of all, congratulations on the nomination.
Thank you.
All right, so then we will just take a vote on Daryl, and then what will happen next is in that, based on our decision today, then that information will then trickle up, as magically as that sounds, it will trickle up to the PPACG Board of Directors themselves, and then they will make the final determination, and then potentially, then for the next meeting, Daryl, you will be a member and a voting member. So, all right, so then with that information, we will take a vote.
Well, we need a motion in a second.
Okay, so we will put forth a motion. Can I get a motion to vote on Daryl's membership with the committee?
Dick Hyde, so motions.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dick. And then do I get a second?
Diana Van Auken, I second that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second for Daryl.
I'll just ask at this point, is there any discussion from the members?
Any questions, comments, concerns? Okay, seeing nor hearing none, we will move on to the voting. All right, so then we'll just do a verbal vote. I'm checking with Jared because he is my guide for today. So all in favor of Daryl, say aye.
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 Okay. Any opposed? Okay. Seeing nor hearing no opposition. Congratulations, Daryl. We are moving you forward to the next steps. So yay, Daryl. Congratulations.
Thank you.
No, thank you for your service. Community guest and provider presentations. I don't believe we have any today, but I know that we will be having some next month. So that's super exciting. Kimmy Chevalier will be presenting her project based on some work that she did on a comparative analysis between Fort Collins and Colorado Springs and their transportation networks. And then I will also be presenting some information based on a project that I conducted regarding accessibility specific to older adults and individuals with disabilities. So we will have a packed presentation for next month. All right. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the meeting. It's information sharing. So we will just kind of go around the room, the virtual Zoom room, the Hollywood Squares, and share out anything exciting that's coming up. I will just kind of start us off by saying that on Thursday, the Transportation Passenger Advisory Committee is holding a Transportation Committee open forum at Library 21C from 10 to noon. There will be snacks and beverages and lovely conversations about transportation issues. The TPAC, or the Transportation Passenger Advisory Committee, is a group of private citizens. But we will be having a robust discussion about things that are going really well, that we can amplify, and then things that might be some areas of gap that we need to kind of move forward so that those gaps can be kind of closed and transportation in the region can be improved. So I thought I'd put that forward.
Date and time again, I apologize.
Sure, it's Thursday, August 24th from 10 to 12 at Library 21C. I will also say, it's a packed calendar for me this week, that tonight from 3 to 5, the Colorado Cross Disability Coalition will be holding a listening session at the Independence Center. Again, there will be snacks and beverages, because if I'm there, I will feed people. And again, that conversation is going to be more about kind of long-term care and some of the Medicaid changes and HCBS components. So if you have folks who use long-term care services, whether they're older adults or individuals with disabilities, we're having a listening session, again, to kind of gather information and then take that back to the powers that be so that they can have real-time feedback on things that are going really well with that system and areas that are maybe, able to be improved. So that's all my.
Is there a calendar that has all of these upcoming events that we can be aware of?
Oh, that's a great question. So on the event tonight, I know that the Independence Center has kind of pushed those things out on social media, on our channels. But in terms of an actual physical calendar, that's something we can absolutely look forward to. And I can just send you directly kind of some of this information if that's would be helpful to you. I'm happy to do that after this meeting ends, and I can send you out those flyers, and then that way you can have all of the relevant details.
Definitely would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. All right, who would like to go next?
Hello, Rosa McCormick, City of Fountain. I don't think we have anything. We're just excited about our numbers from the Zero Fair, which they practically doubled since last year for all the participants. So we're just currently notifying residents that ride our bus that it ends in August.
Yeah, this is Daryl Holtlander. One thing I wanted to bring up is we are opening up our satellite offices in Pueblo this coming in the next few days. We're working on that right now. Open date, we're trying to schedule for around September 18th, right around there. And we're going to be trying to work into Canyon City as well. So with Pueblo, Canyon City and Colorado Springs, I think we can, we should be able to handle it all.
That's fantastic. Who would like to go next?
This is Sagan over at Invita. I just wanted to say that we will also be at the TPAC meeting this coming Thursday. We'll have a table there.
Yep, we're looking forward to it. Anyone else?
Goodwill is, we can send flyers to the MCC. We're having a farmer's market on September 22nd. It's a Friday from 10 to 1, and it highlights, we're going to be doing tours of our day program throughout, and it highlights just activities. People are doing arts and crafts from our day program. We have other vendors, live music, just a good way to kind of just have more of a community little jam kind of session out in front of our building, get people to know what we're up to. And then Deanna, if I can put you on the spot, maybe at the end of this, could we talk about like the mission of the MCC? Because I invited a couple folks today to just kind of say what we do. And then I don't know, moving forward, if we, as grants come available, if there's a way that we can kind of talk a little bit more about like how to apply. For like 5310 monies and things like that. That's just something coming up. Maybe we want to put on the agenda. Sorry, I covered 3 different things there. But
No, you're fine. No, I love all of
Thanks.
those things. Yes, yes, and
Yeah.
yes.
But yeah, maybe at the end of this, we could just, you're so good at it. Just kind of saying kind of what our mission is. And then, yeah, just kind of in the future when we have Laura or someone wants to maybe talk more about kind of applying for funding, and CDOT, those type of things would be awesome to recover when those times come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that there was some information that went out recently about those kinds of things, some of the NOFAs. I
Okay.
can't remember whether that was in the long range transportation plan, and that's how it kind of popped onto my radar, or within
Oh,
the
okay.
context of this meeting. But yeah, absolutely, we can revisit those pieces.
Thanks.
Anyone else?
I'll take a stab at it. Dick Community Intersections. Yeah, we're just doing a plugging along, doing our normal stuff. I attended the bus expo up at Davies Coach last week up in Sedalia. It was pretty interesting. Learned a lot of nice stuff. Made some contacts. And then, of course, my initial question walking around is what is going on with CDOT as far as new buses and things like that? And nobody had an answer for me. So if anybody out there can help me with that answer, I would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for that. Yeah, if anybody has any inside knowledge on CDOT and buses, that would be fabulous, or vehicles in general.
I second that, Dick, because we've been waiting since last year for one. I forget what funding cycle, but I don't have any updates or any official documents yet. Just more like it's coming. So.
Yeah, I got an email, I think a week or so ago about buses for next year. You know, I'm going, hey, how about we just do the buses for this year would be great. So.
Fantastic. Anyone else?
Hi, this is Angie with Roundup. I wanted to let you know that on the 24th as well, we are having just kind of a gather for a cause and to get to know one another at the Well, which is at 315 East Pikes Peak Avenue from 4 to 6 p.m. Basically, we just want to be able to let people know who we are, be able to network with you, and it's also a little bit of a fundraiser for us. So we'd love to see you there.
Great, thank you. That sounds exciting.
Hey, Nancy. Or Angie, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can you tell me that information again?
Absolutely. So it's at what's called the Well, and it's at 315 East Pikes Peak Avenue. It will be Thursday, August 24th, the same day as the 21C event. And our event is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else?
Good morning. This is Diana from Teller Senior Coalition. And I just want to say we have 2 new additional vehicles that we received from PPACG ARP funds that are on the road. So we're starting to utilize those. We have hired new drivers and also some additional office staff. Our transportation in this area going into Colorado Springs is growing very quickly. So we're really excited about that, being able to provide the transportation services that are needed up here. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Those all sound like amazing things. Anyone else? Okay, so I don't see or hear anyone else. Okay. Jared has very graciously put up the bylaws, and to Kristen's point earlier, we'll just kind of take a moment to revisit the mission of the MCC. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Okay. So this is taken from the bylaws. We've got section 1, which talks about the importance of mobility, and it defines the ability to move or be moved easily and without limitation. Accessibility, meeting needs, using mobility, moving for the sake of moving, and then mobility in the private sector, who that benefits, brings people together, have a range of economic benefits. It creates jobs, saves money, boosts businesses, revitalizes local economies, and spurs urban competitiveness. And then community, mobility, community, and societal benefits to improve the independence of several underserved groups, the chronically disabled, individuals with limited incomes, refugees, people with limited English proficiency, and older adults, while building social capital and encouraging civic engagement. To assist people temporarily unable to drive due to medical conditions caused by medical treatment, such as chemotherapy and/or physical therapy. And then mobility government services. Access to transportation is critical at a time when states are experiencing fiscal challenges, and programs that serve those with limited incomes or older adults, particularly Medicaid and Medicare, are stressed to meet demand. So that covers those pieces. And then responsibilities of the MCC is to advise and recommend to PPACG Board of Directors and staff on current and emerging issues, goals and plans for public and human services transportation in the Pikes Peak region. Information sharing, which is probably one of my favorite ones, related to transportation issues, grants, best practices, education, and advocacy to provide maximum benefit to the Pikes Peak region. Be the experts on transportation issues and best practices, and that's kind of what we do collectively. Can we bring our brain power to the table? Provide information and educational opportunities, training and or tools so that transportation may be integrated into all aspects of the community. And then maintain and promote a directory of services offered by members for the targeted demographic groups. So those are those pieces. Any questions about any of that?
Thanks, Deanna, for doing that, and Jared.
For sure. Not a problem.
As we get new people, it's just kind of nice to remind them what we do, especially if we don't have a lot of presentations today. So I appreciate that.
No, absolutely. No, and you bring up a very valid point. It's nice to kind of recenter and situate ourselves so that we're reminded of the why behind the work that we're doing, and why we're gathering together and giving generously of our time and talents this morning. So thank you for that. All right. Okay, so items for the next meeting. We had discussed that we're going to do several presentations next time. Are there any additional items that anybody would like to bring forward? And if you can't think of any off the top of your head today, that's totally fine. You can always just email. Okay. Seeing and hearing radio silence. So anything else that anybody would like to bring forward? No, I'm seeing some head shaking saying, no, we're good. Okay. All right. Well, with that in mind, 9:55, I will adjourn the meeting for today. Thank you everyone for your time. I appreciate you so much. And I look forward to a meeting next month. It's going to be much longer than this one, I guarantee it, because we'll have several presentations. So next month, bring your coffee and your bagel because it'll be a little bit longer. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Stay cool. It is warm. Stay hydrated. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.